That's nice. Alright, no more coffee. This is not sponsored, but this is what I'm drinking right now. I don't know if it's imported from Italy. Looks like it. Alrighty. So I'm having my first coffee. My gosh. This is my fourth take, to be honest, and it gets harder by the take. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not used to this at all, but we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna go downstairs and talk about this. Does it take one take to do something? Sometimes it's crazy. I thought it would be easy, but I'm struggling, and this is exactly what we're gonna dive in. Struggles, where to begin, and how to overcome them. So I'll see you guys downstairs. Setting up will never be easy, but it's something to have fun with, right? Listen. Way too bright. Got it. I don't know if I got it or not, to be honest. On the side note, I struggle with something called GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome, which is someone who struggles with being an impulsive buyer, to always be up to date to his technology, to his gears. I'll raise my hand, and I'm guilty. I'm one of those people, unfortunately. I keep on buying new technology, try to always be up to date to my things, and it's a struggle. Let me tell you, it never ends. And it's like a loophole. You keep on going and going and going and going, and it never stops. I struggle with that a lot, unfortunately. It never stops. I keep myself on buying things. And I'm like, at the end, I don't master this craft. Look, I'm good in photography. I've mastered photography. I've mastered the editing of it. But videography, I have all the things that I need for it. And yet I still struggle to just start. And that's unfortunate. So I keep on buying things to think for myself that the more I buy, the more I will be better at it. But I'm not. I struggle. I cannot even start. But today, that's exactly what we're getting into. So I'm gonna take you guys to the big equipment right here, and we're gonna start the video. So now that the setup is done, everything is being recorded, we're good to go. Man, it took me, I don't know how long. You guys will see this in all my videos. I always say, I'm always impressed to how long it takes just to set up and just to start with a video. It's unbelievable. And not to lie to you guys, this is literally my 20th take. I'm just gonna be raw, show you guys how much time it takes just to film yourself. It's crazy. I'm amazed every time. It's unbelievably crazy. So that's exactly what we're gonna talk about today. Starting something new is hard. Trust me. I know, it's really hard. And to speak of that, you have to dive in to those things with a passion. If you have no passion towards it, it becomes like work. It becomes very robotic, very repetitive. There's no new things coming to it, no creativity. So, I suggest you guys to do things with passion. And talking about passion, when I started my photography journey, I had the eye for it, but I sucked at what I was doing, which is completely normal. Man, anyone will start something and will suck at. But to say that when I started, I pushed myself so much that I did free gigs, paid people to shoot, like professional models. And man, when I did that, it took me 20 minutes to do my shoot and I was done in and out, which is crazy comparing to, doing a normal shoot. It takes you an hour and a half. 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, who knows, but just to say that yes, I did all those things to get to where I am today. Now, starting videography was a complete change for me. It's very uncomfortable, very awkward, but I say to myself, man, sitting in that comfort zone, not changing, not being creative will never bring you to where you want in life. It was always a dream of mine to just start this, to have this one-on-one conversation. like speaking of this, 5 years ago, when I started, I did a video and talking about I was talking about patience, and it felt unnatural. I looked at it not a while ago. I looked at it and I was like, man, I sounded very robotic. It wasn't me. I have more energy in me. I'm like, why am I so tense in front of a camera and trying to say what I have to say? Believe it or not, guys, in my head, I was like, I have to do this in one take. There's not going to be any edit in it. Psych. There will be. And I learned it the hard way. It's not like a podcast. It's not like, I'm going to talk about that later, but it's not like a podcast. It's not. So just to tell you guys that those things take time to develop. And as my photography, when I came to share my content with people, share my content on social media, I wasn't even shy to share them. I wasn't even afraid of being criticized, which I wasn't, to be honest with you. Whoever scrolled in front of my post that I posted, and whoever scrolled and liked, I didn't give a single crap about it. For whoever liked, of course, I'm more than grateful. But for whoever just because now of course you could see that the impressions and how many people looked at it and how many people passed through it. You can see all of those things now. And the majority, when they look at your pictures, they don't like it. Who knows why? People don't like it. People just don't pay attention. Who knows what? But just to show you the guys that I wasn't even afraid, even when I started. But when I got to the point where doing videos, it was a complete new thing. It got me so nervous every time that I'm doing it. Even when I said to myself, it's gonna take me 75 takes. The more I did it, the more I became more robotic. That's back then. As whoever's seeing me right now, this is me. This is the real John. This is me being at my natural habitat, how I am, how I express myself. I'm not shy anymore. It's so much better. So, all to say that it takes courage. It takes a lot of courage to just be where I am right now. And to say that 6 months ago, I had my podcast show that I was at episode, I think 12. And I stopped after that for 6 months now. And why, you might ask? I took a break unwillingly. I didn't really want to take a break, but it happened naturally. And coming to talk about the podcast, when I used to do them to convince more than to do it for myself. And growing up and learning, convincing people isn't gonna work all the time, to be honest with you guys. It's not a way to go sometimes. And I say to myself, whoever hears, and whoever takes whatever I say, and go for it. But after that, of course, I don't think you should, you shouldn't take it to heart. And I used to take it a lot to heart. But, now I've grown and I've seen things differently. That's why I think the break came unwillingly, to be honest with you guys. I didn't give up on it. I definitely not. It's something that I'm going to get back into 1000%. But we need to lose some tension from being in a state of having so much tense to coming to a point where you're flexible, to be more creative. And when I started this a long time ago, just to start buying gear, I have a friend of mine, Isa, you must watch this. You must be watching this, of course. He told me that I have something called gas. Let me explain to you guys. I said it earlier in the video, which means gear acquisition syndrome, where I tend to buy a lot of equipments, and by thinking having all of these equipments, I will be better. False and true at the same time. Of course, when you have the top-notch equipments, it helps you to get the results that you want, of course. But all to say that to today's technology, we have all the things we need. And your iPhone 15, 16 Pro Max films amazingly. You know, I have a friend by the name Chris. Him and his girlfriend started a podcast called Not a Podcast, and they're filming it on their iPhone. Man, I was so inspired by their content. Not gonna lie, that's why I'm doing this video today. They inspired me just to see that they had just an iPhone and a microphone, and they were doing it. So I'm like, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from doing those things? Just be creative and have a voice for myself first before anyone else, just to share, to express, and to share the things I don't want to share. And most probably those things that I'm saying to you right now are relatable. Coming back on saying, you know, I took a break unwillingly, that break was a huge help for me, because I had a huge clarity of mind to see what I wanted to do, try to find the niche. And I came up at the end with, who gives a shit? I'm sorry, who gives a shit to what your niche is? You want to do this right now? Just give advices. Your video is going to be 30 minutes long. Who cares? Post it. That's all you need to do. Post. You'll see yourself getting better. To all I was trying to say is that clarity gave me that passion. Actually, it got me back to that state of, I want to do this for fun, not for work. For fun. Who cares? And, you know, to also what I said to myself, future on content, there will be gaming, there will be news talking, there will be commenting on news, commenting on other people as other people's videos, or looking at a podcast and, you know, have your review on it, which for me, this is exactly what I want to do. And guys, start small. Start small. Start with the things that you like first. And moving forward, you'll realize that whether you adapt new things, whether you stay with the same thing that you started with, but you got better at it, go for it. Like I say, I love a saying from Bruce Lee when he said, guys, correct me if I say it wrong, but I'm gonna rephrase it in my own words, where he says that having 10 skills will never be compared to one skill that is mastered. You know, I can have so many skills, but if I can't master one of them, you know, what's the point, right? So, you know, to conclude with all of that, embrace to what you have at first. And embrace to what you have. Trust me, guys. Take it from someone who struggled a lot with that and takes it for granted. Embrace to what you have. Those things shall come to pass, but embrace it while you have it. And if you can't even go far with it, do it. Don't stop. And you know, and that encourages me too. And I'll be so happy to see people that I know doing the things that they love. It warms my heart when I see that. It warms my heart so much when I see people close to me, people that I know doing their thing. It's so amazing for me. So all to say, embrace to what you have, and always, to conclude this in my way, always keep your head up, which means always keep your eyes to the Father in heaven. He loves us all, and most important, of course, obey His commandments and do His will. That's all He asks. And whoever wants to come to Him, and whoever doesn't. At the end of the day, it's your choice. But the time's ticking, to be honest. But all to say that He loves you guys, of course, and you're forgiven for all things that you think that they're not forgiven. They are forgiven. I can guarantee you that. Just turn your life around and always look up and always praise Him. Amen to that. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. I'm so excited for the future, to what is coming. I'm actually looking forward to it. Great things are coming. And most importantly, guys, have a script with you always. It's very important. It keeps you on the line. It keeps you on the topic. All to say, I'll see you guys in the next one. And please leave a like and subscribe. And see you later.